Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Bill Gray Stadium at Legion Field in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. The site for tonight's matchup between your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts and the visiting Medford Mustangs. It is a league doubleheader tonight for the Doc Stewarts, and both of these teams come in with postseason dreams on the line. Doc Stewart sitting 2 games behind Medford right now in the Area 4 standings in 4th place. The 4th and final team to get in to the postseason. As for the Medford Mustangs, they currently come in 3rd place in the Area 4 standings, 2 games ahead of the Doc Stewarts, and right there on the verge of a postseason berth. Neither of these teams have clinched anything yet, but they are right there on the precipice, and they look to do it tonight as we get ready for a big showdown in Area 4 play here in Roseburg. We welcome you into tonight's broadcast, everybody. I'm Joey Kieran. Happy to be with you here on this wonderful evening here in the Umpqua Basin, a Wednesday night that looks to have plenty of great baseball on the line for us here this evening. For the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts, it's been one of the most successful seasons they've had in recent history against the Medford Mustangs, winning 3 out of 4 so far this season. But if you come into this matchup looking at what has happened for the Doc Stewarts against Medford this year, well, you may be mistaken. This is not the same Medford team we saw early on in the year. They come in on a hot streak like none other. They have won 15 out of their last 18 games, and that does include a 13-game winning streak. This Medford team has figured things out, and I don't think anyone will be surprised to find that information out as the season wears along. They're the 5-time defending state champions for a reason, and head coach Nate Maben has his team playing some great baseball as they welcome the challenge tonight against the Doc Stewarts. It's a big night for Legion baseball, not only here in the Umpqua Basin, but around the state, and we'll tell you more about that as we continue on with our Supercuts pregame show. As we get ready for our first break here in the Supercuts pregame show, want to remind everybody tonight's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com. You can watch the action streaming there on our station website, or head on over to our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube, and follow the action with us there. You can stream it on your smartphone, your tablet, your computer, or even up on your big screen TV. So hopefully you enjoyed tonight's game, folks, and we are happy to have you with us here this wonderful Wednesday evening. We'll come back with a word with head coach Jeremiah Robbins after this quick break. This is your Supercuts pregame show in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. Right here on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Back here with more of our pregame on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Doc Stewart's get ready to start wrapping up the league season, taking on the Medford Mustangs here today. Doubleheader coming up for us. We get a chance to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins here as we get things ready to go. And coach, it's the crunch time. To be at this point of the season, I got to feel that you, as well as the entire club, have to be pretty excited about where you guys are at.
Yeah, to be in control of our own destiny, it's a good place to be. It's been a grind of a season, just coming off of 13 games in 10 days, and that's why we did it for today. The kids are prepared, they're mentally tough, physically tough, and we just got to go out there and compete today.
Looking at the numbers, and obviously the results are there, this little bit of a winning streak that the guys have been able to get on has been nice to see them turn things around after that tough stretch that you guys had. But where you see this team at versus where they were about a week ago when they were slogging through a 5-game losing streak, where do you feel like they're at right now, and how prepared they are for a chance to push to a postseason berth and get into a playoffs and make a run?
Well, I think they're in a good spot. Anytime you drop 5 games in a row and then come back and win 3 in a row, that definitely shows a team that's changing, making some changes, personal changes, team changes, and making adjustments. And we're in a good spot to be here today and coming off of some success and feeling good about ourselves. That's good, but we got to keep that no matter what happens in this game, to stay confident, stay positive, and get after it.
You told me, I thought it was a fun story about the chance that the guys got to go out and kind of work with some of the youth here in the area to maybe get them back to some of the roots of playing, seeing what the game is like when you're back and just doing it for fun and not all the pressure on your shoulders of being a winning ball club and being the team that has Doc Stewart's across your chest. Can you tell us a little bit more kind of what that trip was, what prompted that, and how that's really kind of changed the outlook for this team?
Well, you can only practice them so much, and we were at the kind of the lowest point of our season, and we had to get together as a team, and I didn't want it to be a practice situation, so I knew there was going to be one of our little league teams in the cages working out. So I said, what a perfect opportunity. Contacted their coach, who I know real well, said, hey, our Docs guys are going to help you with practice today, and he thought it was a great idea. And the guys got in there, and they were each assigned a group of kids and got to work with them, got to enjoy it. They played some games in there and did some things and came out at a whole different team as far as relaxed and understanding that this is truly a game, but it needs to be played a certain way, to respect it, and then obviously look at our youth, how special it is to be a kid and play. And that's what these guys are. They get to be a kid for one more summer and play. So we enforce that to them, and I think they bought into it and kind of understood it more so and just took a deep breath and got back to baseball.
Today you got Medford here on the schedule. Tomorrow is Klamath Falls. Obviously, you guys haven't clinched a postseason berth yet, but that is on the horizon if things continue to go your guys' way. But kind of being able to kind of stave off that pressure of knowing that a postseason berth is riding on the line, what kind of message do you give to them before they take the field here today to just kind of keep doing that, playing loose and playing like their kids again out there?
Well, you just got to embrace reality. The reality is we need to win some baseball games to continue our season, and that just comes from playing the games. Mm-hmm. You can't think past the first pitch or the first out. You just got to play every inning, every pitch, every second, and enjoy the moment. I mean, this is why you play. Yeah, is it pressure? I don't think it's pressure. It's called playing baseball, and these are meaningful games, just like all of our games have been meaningful this year. Obviously, this one has some things beyond what we had this year. This is a postseason berth. Let's go have fun with it. It's not pressure. We'll all get up tomorrow whether we win or lose this game. At least we hope so. So that's the great thing about baseball. We get to be with our teammates. And one thing I enforced to them is, hey, the longer that we keep playing, the longer we get to spend with our teammates. And I think that's something, the brotherhood that you get to build with going through some tough games. This will be some tough games tonight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's pressure. We're not going to back away from the pressure. We're going to embrace the pressure. It's the reality of where we're at right now. We need to win both games tonight and get after it. So we'll continue with that model. These guys are starting to mature. We've got some guys kind of stepping up and being some leaders. We got John Stone back tonight. That's going to be big for our lineup, so we're excited about it.
On the other side tonight, you've got Medford, and you faced them a lot early. Got 4 games under your belt against the Mustangs. They look like a pretty different team, and I think no one's surprised by that Medford comes in, a team that has won 15 of 18, had a 13-game winning streak. The team you see here, how much different do you think it is the team you saw early on in the season?
Well, obviously, the more reps you get, the better you're going to get. They're developing as a team, which is good to see. They're well coached. Coach Maben does a phenomenal job, and you got some guys that have tasted some postseason over there in that other dugout, so they know what it means. They know how to fight to get to that postseason, and we wouldn't expect anything less from Medford. They're a good club. They're hot right now. Good. I think we're hot too, and we'll just go out and compete.
All right, looking forward to it tonight. The Doc Stewart's taking on the Medford Mustangs. We'll have Game 1 coming up here as we wrap up your Supercuts pregame show here on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Legion Field as we get ready to go for tonight's matchup. The Doc Stewarts and the Medford Mustangs squaring off. Wrapping up your Supercuts pregame show in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. It's time now to take a look at our Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. For head coach Nate Maben and the Mustangs, he will have Darren Marsh leading things off, playing in center field, followed by Bennett Thompson, the catcher. Ryan Sandoval, the DH, will bat third, hitting for starting pitcher Skylar Goddard. The five-hitter is Dylan Marsh. The four-hitter is Bennett Smith playing at first base. Dylan Marsh in right field will bat fifth. Zach Ankeny, the shortstop, hitting sixth, followed by the left fielder Brady Buchanan. In center or at third base and playing in the hitting in the eighth position is Jeremiah Huffman, and Josh Baptiste is your second baseman, rounding out the starting nine for the Medford Mustangs. They will face Jay Stoffel, and the first pitch of the ball game is a single to right field for Darren Marsh. One pitch into the ball game, and Marsh has himself a 1-for-1 day as he leads things off, going opposite field out to Doran Gillespie in right field to get things underway. So a quick leadoff single for the Mustangs. They are hoping that continues against Jay Stoffel, who comes in a 4-2 record on the season for Stoffel. First pitch now swinging to Bennett Thompson is a pop fly into the air out to right center. Jet Black will track it down. And Medford wasting no time in their at-bat so far, seeing two pitches, one man on, one out. Batting third will be the DH, Ryan Sandoval. Sandoval hitting with Darren Marsh on at first. Sandoval hitting for the starting pitcher in the DH position. First pitch swinging for him. It's a ground ball chopper to Cade Meisner at first. He takes it to the bag himself. For round number two, up to second base goes Darren Marsh. And so far, This has been a quick frame for Jay Stoffel, but he's got a man in scoring position with 2 down to try and get the final out. Only 3 pitches into this inning. Medford apparently had a game plan coming into today's game. Now it'll be the lefty first baseman Bennett Smith to bat. First pitch, swung on and missed. And this will be the longest at-bat for any of the Medford batters so far. 1 on, 2 down, an 0-1 count at the plate for Bennett Smith. Stoffel on the mound. A 4-2 record in 45 innings worked as the ball fouled off by Smith. Gives him an 0-2 count. Stoffel this season has a 1.86 ERA, 62 strikeouts, 22 walks. One of 2 Doc Stewart's pitchers with 4 wins this year. His 0-2 pitch just outside to make it a 1-2 count for Bennett Smith. Out at second base, Darren Marsh after his leadoff single. With 2 down, the pitch is in the dirt. Spencer Six scoops it up. That holds Marsh out at second base. It's been a quick-moving first inning. We'll try to get you a chance to look around the diamond defensively for the Doc Stewarts here in the top of the first inning. A 2-2 count, swing, and a foul tip into the glove. That'll wrap it up. A leadoff single, but fighting their way back, the Doc Stewarts get through the first inning with a strikeout by Jay Stoffel. And that'll do it in the first. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning. We'll get you all caught up with everything as a quick first inning for Jay Stoffel and the Docs. They'll come up to bat in a scoreless ball game on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Go to the bottom of the first inning. Your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Roseburg Doc Stewarts. Scoreless so far against Medford. Head coach Jeremiah Robbins sends Caden Johnson to lead things off for the Docs at the top of the lineup, followed by catcher Spencer Six. Doran Gillespie in right field will bat third, followed by Jonathan Stone, who is back in the lineup for the Doc Stewarts. He has got an elbow injury, so he will DH today, batting for Jay Stoffel, the starting pitcher. In the 5 spot is center fielder Jet Black. Cody Johnson at third base will bat 6. Jacob Luther starting at second, hitting 7th, followed by the 8-hitter, first baseman Cade Meisner. And in the 9th spot will be the left fielder Drake Bourgeois. That is your starting 9 and your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. Leading things off, Caden Johnson will waste no time. He hits a single up the middle, and the leadoff guys have done well with the first pitch of the ball game. Skylar Goddard on the mound. Goddard giving up a leadoff single for the Doc Stewarts, returning the favor after Darren Marsh hit a leadoff single against Jay Stoffel in the top of the first inning. So 1 on for the Docs as they face Goddard, who comes in with a 4-2 record and a 2.93 ERA. A comebacker to the mound for Spencer Six leads to a double play. Spencer Six at the first pitch, he swings. It goes right back to the mound, and it starts a 1-6-3 double play, clearing the bases for the Doc Stewarts. 2 down, just like that. And Goddard looking to try and have an even faster inning than Jay Stoffel. First pitch, a breaking ball to Doran Gillespie. Gillespie takes it for strike 1. So far, Doc Stewarts are following the protocol of the Medford Mustangs. Swing at the first pitch, a line drive, short liner to short. It is taken by Zach Ankeny, picked up as he dives headfirst to get to the ball. Well, that's a first inning that lasted all of maybe 6 minutes. We'll come back with the second. It's scoreless ball game here between the Docs and Medford on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
First batter for the Medford Mustangs in the top of the second inning, number 37, Dylan Marsh.
Dylan Marsh will lead things off in the top of the second inning. Medford and Roseburg squaring off in this Area 4 doubleheader game one. On the mound, Jay Stoffel. Breaking ball for strike one on the first pitch here to Marsh. So that first inning lasted all of maybe at most 7 minutes. We saw 12 pitches thrown total, and it was one of the fastest innings of baseball I have seen all season. As out to right field, this is going to one hop in front of Gillespie, and Dylan Marsh is going to have extra bases on the first hit of the second inning. A double for Marsh down the right field line. Gillespie chasing to get to that one, couldn't get there in time, and Marsh, who has had a great season, his third year with the Medford Mustangs, he came in batting second highest batting average on the team. And Dylan Marsh, with his .370 batting average, has an extra base hit there to put himself into scoring position. Stoffel with a man on in scoring position yet again. Squaring to bunt, goes down the first base side. Cody Johnson will come to get it. It's an infield single for Zach Ankeny. He lays down a bunt down the third base line. Cody Johnson stayed put at third to make sure that Marsh didn't just get a free base, but nobody was getting to the baseball in time. And so he came in to charge to field it. Marsh was already heading to third. Ankeny easily gets into first, and you've got runners on the corners with nobody out for Medford here in the top of the second inning. Up to bat will be the lefty, Brady Buchanan. He puts one right back to the mound. He'll go to first to get the out there. At first base, Zach Ankeny got a great jump on that ball. He gets into second, and it'll be a bunt laid down by Buchanan. That should be a sac bunt for him there. 1-3 on the putout, one away, two runners in scoring position now for Medford as Stoffel has to work through an early jam. At second base, Ankeny, Marsh at third, and up to bat is Jeremiah Huffman. First pitch is in for strike one. 62 strikeouts this season for Jay Stoffel. Make it 63 after the one in the first inning. He could use one here. A breaking ball, though, just a bit high to even up the count at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Stoffel. In the dirt, goes through the legs of Spencer Six to the backstop. He'll have no chance to try and get Dylan Marsh, who comes in to score to put Medford up 1-0. Up to third base goes Zach Ankeny. So Medford takes the early lead. Wild pitch through the legs, in the dirt through the legs of Spencer Six. 2 balls and a strike now against Jeremiah Huffman. Stoffel's 2-1 pitch outside. The count goes to 3-1. Medford on the early lead here. A 3-1 from Stoffel. Fouled off. Will take us to a full count. Looking around the diamond, it is Spencer Six back behind the plate for the Doc Stewarts. Cade Meisner at first base, Jacob Luther at second. Caden Johnson is short and Cody Johnson at third. In the outfield from left to right, Drake Bourgeois, Jet Black, and Doran Gillespie. 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed, going with the high fastball. Stoffel will get a punch out there, much needed, 2 down. With a man at third base, a 1-0 lead for Medford so far. And the 9-hitter Josh Baptiste will come up to bat. Baptiste, the starting second baseman, with a man at third. First pitch high and inside to him for ball 1. For Jay Stoffel against Medford, he has just one start this season. It came in the season opener. As he misses outside to go to a 2-0 count. Stoffel's only start against Medford, pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 run, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. So far, he's given up 3 hits and 1 run. As a soft liner gets over the shortstop, Caden Johnson in for a base hit as Josh Baptiste will drive in a second run here in the second inning and gets on with a 2-out single, pushing the lead 2-0 in front for the Medford Mustangs. So a leadoff double and then a bunt single when the Doc's defense could not handle an infield bunt with a man at second. Really got things started nicely for Medford. They will send it back to the top of the lineup. Already on top 2-0. First pitch in the dirt for Jay Stoffel against Darren Marsh, who had the single to right field to lead off the game. Pitch outside goes to a 2-0 count as Stoffel struggling a little bit here to try and find the strike zone. Runner going in for a strike, the throw to second. Not going to get there in time. The tag down by his feet. A 2-1 count at the plate for Darren Marsh, and now in scoring position is Josh Baptiste. Two balls, 1 strike with 2 down. The 2-1 for Stoffel is a breaking ball that cuts through for strike 2. 2-2 count for Marsh. A man out at second base is Josh Baptiste. Top of the second, already a 2-0 lead for Medford. Ground ball, comebacker. That's off the glove for Stoffel. He gets to it. His throw to first. Not in time. Comebacker to the mound for Marsh. Knocked down by Stoffel, went off his glove, and he could not get back to it in time to get the throw to first. That'll be another single for Marsh, this time on the infield. Up to third goes Josh Baptiste. So runners on the corners once again for Medford. Bennett Thompson coming up next. Docs, their biggest Achilles heel this season has been that one big inning. Stoffel trying to make sure this doesn't get any bigger here at a 2-0 lead so far for Medford. Pitch in the dirt for a 1-0 count on the inside edge to Bennett Thompson, who flew out to center field in the first. In the first inning, 4 batters were up, and they went down in 8 pitches. It was a quick first inning for Stoffel. Now a line drive out towards right center. Medford putting the hit parade on. Stoffel gets to it. A 3rd run will score. Up to third base goes Darren Marsh. It's a 2-out single for Bennett Thompson, driving in a run. And the Mustangs take an early 3-0 lead. Doc's obviously going to need to get the offense going here against Medford. 3-0 the score. And you can feel kind of the atmosphere already zapped here at the ballpark early on in this ball game. All it'll take is a little bit of offense for the Doc Stewarts to try and get some stuff going here. But this second inning has already been an early big inning for Medford. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1 for Stoffel against Ryan Sandoval. Today's game brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions. For home theater and automotive audio, you can feel it at Good Vibes. Strike taken, a 1-1 count now for Sandoval. The 1-1, another breaking ball in for a strike. Stoffel one strike away for now from getting out of this. Trying to get the Docs offense up there to see if they can do anything against Skylar Goddard. A ground ball chopper foul for Ryan Sandoval. Keeps himself with a 1-2 count. Sandoval hitting a team best 400. According to the article I was reading from the Medford Mail Tribune, suffered an injury this year. That's why he is serving as the DH, not getting a chance to pitch or play in the field, it looks like. He hits the ball high in the air out towards right center. Cut off. Jet Black will take it in front of Doran Gillespie to finish things off for the Doc Stewarts here in the top of the second inning. 3 runs in for Medford. They grab the early lead in Game 1 of tonight's doubleheader. How do the Docs respond when we come back in the bottom of the second on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyze and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Go to the bottom of the second inning. Doc Stewart's Baseball today brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. That is Fisher's Hearth and Home. Docs will have the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up. It'll be Jonathan Stone to lead things off in the bottom of the second inning. 3-0 the score. Medford in front as the first pitch from Skylar Goddard misses to Jonathan Stone. Stone coming back from an elbow injury. Takes a strike on the inside corner from a 1-1 count. Stone suffering that injury just in the last week on Friday, July 12th, when the Docs were taking on the Post 6 Barbers, and that's a fair ball down the left field side. Nice to have Stone back out there. He'll rush into second base. A leadoff double for the Docs here in the second inning. This game seems to be mirroring itself almost. Right down the line, hitting on top of the chalk line down the left field side for Stone. He gets in with a double for Jonathan Stone this season. That is his 16th double of the year. Nobody else on the team in double digits in that category. Stone getting into scoring position to lead things off for the Docs. Mentioned that injury. Back on the 12th, he was a scheduled starting pitcher and felt a pop in his elbow, came out, and now is back in the lineup finally as Jet Black's going to follow. He finds the alley in right center. He's turning the corner. Now he's stuck in no man land, and he'll get tagged out at second base. He was trying to come around second and couldn't pick up Coach Jeremiah Robbins at third base to give him the instructions on what to do on whether or not to keep going around second or to hang at or to try and go for third. But he gets tagged out at second. He does drive in a run for the Docs. Unfortunately, he's tagged out at second base for the first out. So Jet Black driving in the first run for the Doc Stewarts. 3-1 our score. Up to bat now, Cody Johnson hitting with the bases empty. He'll take another strike, or he took the first strike, swing and miss at the second. 0-2 count now for Johnson. Cody takes high and inside for ball one. So 3-1. Docs get on the board, but maybe a missed opportunity to try and add to it. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. And that'll be a strikeout for Goddard. Two down on the punch out. First strikeout of the game for Schuyler. Jacob Luther will bat next. Digs in with 2 down and nobody on. 1 run in so far for the Docs. First pitch swinging. Sends one down the right field side, but foul. Batters being extremely aggressive early in counts so far tonight. Taking low and outside gives Jacob a 1-1 count against Schuyler Goddard. Should look around the diamond defensively here for Medford as a ground ball hit foul for Jacob, gives him a 1-2 count. Behind the plate, Bennett Thompson. Bennett Smith out at first. Josh Baptiste at second. Zach Ankeny at short. Jeremiah Huffman at third. The 1-2 to Luther is fouled away again. In the outfield from left to right, Brady Buchanan, Darren Marsh, and Dylan Marsh, your defensive alignment for the Medford Mustangs here tonight. A 1-2 delivery for Goddard. Back up the middle. A line drive shot for Luther will get into center field. He's got himself a double with 2 away. Or excuse me, a single with 2 down. Gets on at first base. So 1 on and 2 away for the Doc Stewarts. And really that base running error there from Jet Black does haunt a little big there. That would have probably driven in a second run for the Docs, but they trail 3-1 at the moment. Cade Meisner will get a chance to bat. He takes the first pitch for strike 1. Meisner's 0-1 pitch misses inside for a 1-1 count. A 1-1 delivery for Goddard with 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Misses low, a back pick down to first. The throw from Thompson not going to be in time. A 2-1 count for Meisner. Cade Meisner has not had a lot of hitting opportunities. Been used mainly as a starter, but with a pitcher. But with Stone's injury, Meisner forced into action at first. He's had 11 at bats, but he's currently hitting .364. Takes inside for a 3-1 count. Luther takes his lead at first, a 3-1 pitch. Up the middle, second baseman to a knee. Baptiste will flip to Ankeny at second base to get Jacob Luther for the final out. Doc Stewart's able to get 1 run back as they respond. Miss out on an opportunity to try and get a little bit more. As they trail Medford 3-1 through 2 innings of play, we go to the top of the 3rd inning on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
At Brooke Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brooke Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brooke Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Come back here in the top of the third inning. A leadoff base hit. A leadoff hit for Bennett Smith. Gets him at second base. That ball down the first base line is actually going to be an error at first by Cade Meisner. Chopper down the line. He was looking right at it. Just goes off his glove and able to get to second base. Bennett Smith getting on the first error of the game for the Doc Stewarts. Been a quick pace game here so far. And coming back just one pitch down in that here in the top of the third inning, and already a man at second base. It's just been fast-paced, a lot of action so far here in this ball game. Dylan Marsh has a double in this game so far. He's 1 for 1 in the contest, has a 1-1 count. Taking a strike on the second pitch from Jay Stoffel. Stoffel on the mound working for the Doc Stewarts, trying to pick up his 5th win of the season. Gets a foul ball back to the screen for Dylan Marsh to make it a 1-2 count. To get to a 5th win, Stoffel's going to need some more help from the offense. Doc's getting 1 run on 3 hits there in the bottom of the second inning, but leaving a man stranded and a base running error, costing the Docs a chance to possibly get more in the second. A 1-2 pitch from Stoffel. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball in the dirt. Throw down to first to get Marsh. Dylan will be retired. 3rd strikeout of the game for Stoffel. Holding out at second base was Bennett Smith. 1 away, Zach Ankeny will bat. He had a bunt single in the second.
Next batter, number 1, Zach Ankeny.
Ankeny, the starting shortstop from South Medford High School, takes the first pitch for strike 1. Be a senior coming up next year for the Panthers. He's been a longtime starter there at South. Hits a ball off the handle, foul down the right field side, just past the dugout for the Mustangs. Medford in the first base side. Doc's on the third base side. A man at second base with 1 down here in the top of the third. An 0-2 pitch. Ankeny takes a breaking ball, ends up in the dirt for a 1-2 count. Zach Ankeny, an honorable mention All-Southwest Conference infielder this last year. He takes in the dirt again. It gets away from 6. Takes him a second to track it down, and up to third base goes Bennett Smith. Second wild pitch of the game for Stoffel. A 2-2 count for Ankeny and a man at third. Docs Baseball today brought to you by Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. The 2-2 from Stoffel. That ball in the air out to center field. Coming in. Jet takes it on the 1 hop. His throw to the plate. Not going to be in time. A throw back to first. Not in time there as well. And that is an RBI single for Zach Ankeny. And Medford will get back the run they gave up in the bottom of the second. Bennett Smith coming in to score after reaching on the error. That'll be an unearned run for Jace. 4-1 the score. Medford in front here in the top of the third inning. Ankeny at first base as Brady Buchanan will bat. He laid down a sac bunt his first time up. He swings and misses at the first pitch. Foul ball gives him an 0-2 count now for Buchanan. Stoffel with the 0-2 count, trying to get a double play ball here or a strikeout. Ground ball right side. Luther, his only play is going to be to first with the speedy Ankeny up the line. That ball taking Luther a long way from where he was positioned, so not much of a chance to make a throw back to second. Ankeny gets to second base. Buchanan out at first. 4-3 the put out there. 2 down. Jeremiah Huffman will bat with a man at second. Huffman on the day, 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the second inning. Fouls off the first pitch. Stoffel's 0-1. Chopper back up the middle. That'll be fielded by Stoffel. He throws to first to get the out. An unearned run comes in for Medford. They get one more, and they lead 4-1 as they get one run on one hit. There was one Doc Stewart error, one man left on base. To the bottom of the third we go. 7-inning contest. Doc's trailing 4-1 on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Bottom of the third inning, Doc Stewart's Baseball Today brought to you by Douglas County Farmers Co-op and by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Skylar Goddard on the mound will face off against a 9-hitter Drake Bourgeois for the Doc Stewarts. Medford leading 4-1 here as we start the bottom of the third. A 1-0 pitch from Goddard hits the inside corner against Bourgeois for a 1-1 count. Drake Bourgeois this season hitting at .286 for the Docs. The 1-1, he chops that one foul for strike 2. Well, it is Jack's Baby Back Ribs night here at the ballpark tonight. Come on out and get some barbecue ribs at the ballpark, but you want to get here soon. These will not last. As Bourgeois fouls one down the right side, it'll stay at a 1-2 count. So you want to get to the ballpark here soon. They brought up a little sampler plate for me. Actually, it's not little by any means. $10 for watermelon, some potato salad, and some ribs. It's a 1-2 pitch, line to right field. Bourgeois gets himself on. It'll be the 5th hit of the game for the Doc Stewarts. Right now, trailing 4-1 against Medford, trying to get some momentum going. Back to the top of the lineup. Bourgeois at first. Caden Johnson will bat. Do they ask him to bunt him over? Not showing. He'll take the first pitch low and inside for a 1-0 count. So they got Jack's Ribs tonight. Get on out here. Get here quick. $10 for a plate. Potato salad, watermelon, some ribs. They're delicious. No better way to spend a night. Get some dinner here. As a chopper over third for Johnson. That'll get into left field. Bourgeois is going to hold that second base. That's a single for Johnson. He is 2 for 2 in the day. Caden had come into the matchup batting .364, hitting in the leadoff spot for the Doc Stewarts. He's 2 for 2 tonight in Game 1 of this doubleheader. Runners at first and second for the Docs.
Here's the batter, Spencer 6.
Spencer 6 will bat. 0 for 1 in the game for him. Grounded into a double play in the first inning. He hits a line drive. It's snagged by the second baseman. A double play again. Bourgeois caught off the bag at second. And unlucky there for Spencer 6 and Drake Bourgeois. 6, a line out that just didn't get over Baptiste at second. And then Bourgeois caught too far off the bag at second, thinking that ball going opposite field, he was going to have a chance to score. He does not. So 2 down just like that for the Doc Stewarts. Once again cut down by a double play by Medford. First pitch called strike 1 against Doran Gillespie. He lined out to the shortstop, a soft liner to Zach Ankeny that was picked off for the final out of the first inning. The 0-1, he fouls it away. Doc Stewart's Baseball tonight, brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. Doran Gillespie this season, coming into tonight's matchup, batting .346. Line drive out towards right center. That might have a chance on the run. It gets down in front of Darren Marsh. He'll have to chase it all the way to the wall. Around third is coming in to score. Caden Johnson hustling into third base. Doran in with the head-first slide. Once again, unfortunate for the Doc Stewarts that they couldn't have more men on base, but scoring from first was Caden Johnson on a 2-out triple by Doran Gillespie, and the Doc Stewarts will cut the deficit in half, back within 2, as they've got a 4-2 deficit to fight their way out of against the Medford Mustangs. Jonathan Stone will try to drive in Doran Gillespie with 2 outs and see if the Docs can find a way to add another run here in the third. First pitch here for Stone. He had a double his last time at the plate. Takes in the dirt for ball 1. Stone with a double down the left field line, landed right on the chalk line out there. Brady Buchanan had a long way to go to get to the baseball, and Stone easily, with those long strides, was into second base standing up. The 1-0, swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 1. So Doran Gillespie hitting his 4th triple of the season. I think I said earlier that nobody else was in double digits in doubles after Stone picked up his 16th. Gillespie does have 10 doubles. Now he's got 18 extra base hits total. Stone will take a strike to put him at a 1-2 count. And Skylar Goddard trying to limit it to just 1 run yet again after giving up a run in the second inning. The 1-2 pitch to Stone is in the dirt again, and the count goes even at 2-2. Docs with a run in the second and a run here in the third, but it's not hard to think of a couple of base running spots where the Doc Stewarts would love to have had those moments back, that they've possibly left runs out on the field. A 2-2 to Stone. Chops it towards third. It goes foul. But they have been able to stay in this ball game. Medford with 3 runs in the second and a run in the third. They lead 4-2 against the Docs. Both teams with 7 hits. Docs with 1 error so far, and that error proving to be leading to a run. Ground ball up the middle, though, gets through for Jonathan Stone. That'll drive in Gillespie. Stone a 2-for-2 day as he's got an RBI single. A 2-out rally here for the Doc Stewarts. Doran Gillespie will come in to score. Stone on at first. And up to bat will be Jet Black, who had the double in the second inning that drove in Jonathan Stone to get the Docs on the board. We'll see if Jet can get another base hit. Fouls that one down the right field side. Jet had the double towards right center, but he was not able to pick up Coach Robbins at third as he rounded the bag. Wasn't sure if he should keep going or stop, and he got caught off the bag in between. And that was the first out of the inning. After a double by Stone, a double by Black, you thought the Docs could be rolling after giving up 3 in the top of the second to Medford, but that out proved to be big as a pitch high on a 0-2 count. Jet will have a 1-2 pitch coming up from Skylar Goddard here in the third. With 2 down, a man at first. Docs with 2 runs in so far, trailing by 1. Jet pops one up foul, stays alive. Jet Black enters the contest. He was hitting .327. He's now got 28 RBIs on the year. Doran Gillespie driving in a run. He's got 34. And Jonathan Stone with an RBI. He's got 29. Top RBI getters here for the Doc Stewarts at the plate. The 1-2 to Jet, low and outside, evens up the count at 2-2. Goddard from Eagle Point High School will be graduating next year as a senior there for the Eagles. His 2-2 is a ground ball to Zach Ankeny at short. Takes a nice high hop to make it an easy play to second to retire the side. But the Docs are able to get a couple of runs back, and they've made it a ball game once again. At 4-3, Doc Stewart's trailing by 1 against Medford. We'll come back with the top of the 4th inning. After this quick 60-second break on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
First pitch swinging for Josh Baptiste as we come back to start the 4th. Baptiste pops it up on the infield, and it is caught by second baseman Jacob Luther to retire the first batter of the 4th for the Medford Mustangs. They lead 4-3 as we start the 4th in Game 1 of our doubleheader. First pitch swinging for Darren Marsh is in the air. Foul territory, first base side. That one will get out of play. Cade Meister chasing, but running out of room. Doc Stewart's Baseball Today brought to you by Carews Farms Market, now open for the season. Don't forget the pie. First, or the 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball from Stoffel, misses low and outside for a 1-1 count. Stoffel up to 50 pitches in the ball game. A strike taken for Darren Marsh, the younger of the two Marshes on the roster. Gives him a 1-2 count. And a strike 3 dropped, but a throw down to first. And Spitzer 6 will retire Darren Marsh. 2 quick outs there for Jay Stoffel. Don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust More Well Drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. Give them a call at 541-459-4039. 2 down, and a line drive shot. Diving attempt, knocked down by Bourgeois. He'll have to race to get to it. He throws it back in, but holding it first will be Bennett Thompson. Gets on with a single, his second of the game. 2 for 3 now for Thompson. Ball flying around the ballpark here tonight. Now 8 hits in the game for both teams. A somewhat, just kind of a half-hearted dive attempt out there by Bourgeois, wanting to make sure that if anything, he knocked it down and didn't let it get by too far. He did that, and that holds Bennett Thompson to a single. Pretty well played defensively there for Bourgeois. First pitch now, strike 1 against Ryan Sandoval, who is 0 for 2 in the game. Ground ball out to first and a pop fly out to center field. He'll ground one towards short, taken by Johnson to Luther for the final out as they get Thompson out at second. Doc Stewart's able to keep Medford off the board here in the top of the 4th inning. And that'll keep the Doc Stewarts within 1 run. It's 4-3. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors for the Docs. 1 man left on base for Medford. Bottom of the 4th. It's a 1-run ball game on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Doc Stewart's trailing 4-3 against Medford. And coming up the bat will be Cody Johnson. Doc's Baseball brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. And make sure to ask Jane about her Viking River Cruise from Budapest to Amsterdam coming up next April. Gutterns' first pitch to Johnson. It's a hard ground ball down the third base side. Goes into foul territory. It could be extra bases. Cody rounding in for second. He'll get in standing up. It's another leadoff double for the Doc Stewarts, and the game-tying run is at second. That one took one hop and then got past third into foul territory down the line. Jeremiah Huffman, his attempt to get to it. That goes right by him. And the Doc Stewarts, that is their fourth extra base hit of the ballgame already. 3 doubles and a triple. Up to bat, Jacob Luther. He squares a bunt, third base side. Going to third will be Johnson. The throw to first will get Luther. Sack bunt for Jacob. It went to the third baseman, Huffman, who makes the play. One away, up to third base goes Johnson. So man at third now for the Docs with one away. Cade Meisner batting, and he fouls off the first pitch off the end of his bat. Right now you're looking for a sac fly, possibly out of Meisner to try and tie this game up. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Meisner this season with just 3 RBI and limited action. He's got an 0-2 count. Takes high and inside for a 1-2 count against Skylar Goddard. Doc Stewart's threatening here in the fourth to try and tie this game up. Goddard's 1-2. That ball in the air to center field. Not terribly deep, but could be deep enough. Coming in, Marsh will get it. Johnson tagging. He's heading to the plate. The throw's cut off, and scoring is Cody Johnson to tie the game up. Cade Meisner comes through with the sac fly. We got a tie ball game at 4-all. Doc's just chipping away at the lead. Get back into it. 2 down, and Drake Bourgeois will try to get a 2-out rally started.
Next batter, number 3, Drake Bourgeois.
Bourgeois 1 for 1 in the game. A single to right field his first time up. Takes high and inside for ball 1. 4 runs on 9 hits, 1 errors for the Docs. 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors for Medford. Could be a wild night at the ballpark tonight if we keep up this kind of pace. Ball fouled away, gets out of play for Bourgeois. And it's a 1-1 count. Nobody throwing for the Docs, but just looked up and saw some action in the bullpen for Medford. That is Steven Ledendecker out there throwing. A right-hander from South Medford. Ground ball, left side, gets by a diving third baseman. Ankeny kicks it around the ball field, and that's an infield single for Drake Bourgeois. A diving attempt by Huffman at third. It got to Ankeny behind him, but even if he fields it cleanly, it's a tough play to get it to first, and I'm going to give an infield single to Drake Bourgeois on that play.
Next batter, number 5, Caden Johnson.
Puts a runner at first with 2 down and back to the top of the lineup for the Doc Stewarts. Caden Johnson's first pitch. Ground ball up the middle. It's going to go to Ankeny. This time he'll field it cleanly, and he gets Bourgeois at second for the final out. So the Doc Stewarts once again able to chip away at a lead, and they get themselves back into this one. Tied at 4 after 4 innings of play. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 man left on base for the Doc Stewarts. Back after this with the 5th inning on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Bennett Smith leads things off for the Medford Mustangs here in the top of the fifth. Tie ball game at 4. He takes an 0-1 pitch up the middle, fielded by Luther. The second baseman will throw to first, retiring Bennett Smith, who is 0 for 3 in the ball game now. One away for Jay Stoffel out for his 5th inning of work. He faces the 4-5-6 hitters. He's retired 1. 5-hitter Dylan Marsh will bat. He is 1 for 2 on the game with a double and a run scored. Marsh, the center fielder. First pitch, high for ball 1. We're trying to take a look at our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update here. Building relationships, building projects, building materials. That's Garrettson Building Supply, supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. Line drive to third base, and it's snagged out of the air by Cody Johnson for out number 2. 2 down with nobody on base, and up next, the 6-hitter Zach Ankeny, who is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. So looking at the other games in Area 4 tonight, Eugene is hosting Willamette Valley. That doubleheader for the Area 4 championship. Willamette Valley needs to sweep it. Eugene needs just 1 win to claim the Area 4 title. There's a comebacker up the middle. Diving attempt. Johnson to his feet. His throw to first. Scooped by Meisner, and it's an out to finish the inning. We'll get you more of the scoreboard update. A web gem up the middle by Caden Johnson. A dive to get to it. Got to his feet quick enough, and a big scoop at first by Caden Meisner, and the Doc Stewarts retire Medford 1-2-3 in the 5th inning. It's tied at 4 as we go to the bottom of the 5th on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
475-659. 475-659. Bring goes up to the booth. Meanwhile, at the plate,
bottom of the 5th inning,
Spencer
6 will lead things off for the Doc Stewarts. Spencer with a hard luck out his last time at the plate, turning into a double play. He's hit into 2 double plays so far tonight. He'll try to start things off with nobody on base. He can't have that fate again. He'll start things off in the 5th. Doc's tied at 4, looking for their first lead against Medford here tonight. A first pitch strike from Skylar Goddard, still on the mound for the Mustangs. The 0-1 outside to the lefty, a 1-1 count. Spencer 6 entered into tonight's ball games with a 3.08 average. That has come up drastically for him as he has gotten hot towards the tail end of the season. He takes outside for a 2-1 count. Spencer 6, Doran Gillespie, Jonathan Stone due up for the Docs here in the 5th inning. The 2-1 from Goddard. That ball in the air out towards left center. corner. It's caught on the run by Brady Buchanan. One away, and it's been a tough luck day for Spencer Six at the plate so far. Doran Gillespie will bat with one out and nobody on base. So taking a look at that Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. Mentioned Willamette Valley playing at Eugene. Willamette Valley needs 2 wins to claim the Area 4 title. Eugene needs just 1. Game 1 is underway. We do not have a score reported to us as of yet. Also going on tonight, Klamath Falls is at Grants Pass for a league doubleheader. And if Grants Pass loses, that helps the Docs clinch a spot no matter what the outcome of their game here. Docs just need to stay in front of Grants Pass, and they're in the playoffs, so they have to win as many games as Grants Pass does over the Final 4. It's a pitch high, a 1-1 count for Gillespie. And the last report we had, our first report from that game, top of the second inning, it was Klamath Falls up 4-2 on top of Grants Pass. A 1-1, that ball in the air for Gillespie out to center field. Darren Marsh calling for it. He'll make the grab for out number 2.
Next batter,
so 2 down, and Jonathan Stone will come up to bat. He is 2 for 2 in the ball game. A double and a single, a run scored, and an RBI. Klamath Falls has actually stretched their lead 6-2 as they go to the bottom of the second inning. K Falls taking the lead with a 4 spot there in the top of the second. First pitch, a strike against Stone. The 0-1 pitch takes low for a 1-1 count. Docs Baseball tonight brought to you by Bimart. Score big at Bimart where you can get ready for your season for less. The 1-1 from Goddard, that ball fouled back by Stone. A ball and 2 strikes now for the Docs cleanup hitter. Goddard trying to match what Jay Stoffel did there in the top of the 5th and retire the team in order. Stone gets underneath one high in the air. Third base side foul territory. Calling for it is Huffman, and he's underneath it for the final out. That's 3 balls in the air, 3 fly ball outs for the Doc Stewarts here in the bottom of the 5th. It's still a tie ball game, 4-4, as we go to the top of the 6th. This game cruising right here on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Jay Stoffel still throwing bullets out there. Fires a first pitch strike at the knees on the inner half to the lefty Brady Buchanan as we begin the 6th inning. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off for strike 2. Tie ball game, 4-4 so far through 4 innings. Both these teams in good position. They both control their own destiny to get into the postseason. Medford in better position than the Docs. They've got a bigger lead on Grants Pass, the only team that could catch them. As Buchanan fouls off another pitch, stays at an 0-2 count. Grants Pass, the only team that could catch either Roseburg or Medford. But Medford in a better spot with a larger lead, a 3-game lead against Grants Pass. Doc's only a 1-game lead against the Nuggets. There's a ground ball chopper, first base side, taken by Meisner, who will take it to the bag himself to retire Brady Buchanan, who is 0 for 2 in the ballgame now. 1 away to start the top of the 6th inning.
Next batter, number 23, Jeremiah Huffman.
Jeremiah Huffman 0 for 2 in the game. He will bat with one out and nobody on. Doc's Baseball brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Strike on the first pitch from Stoffel to Huffman. Stoffel is appearing to get stronger as the game wears on. The 0-1 is in the dirt for a 1-1 count. So this is an important matchup for both these teams to try and get in the postseason. Nothing clinched. There's a ground ball towards short. Nice, easy roller for Caden Johnson. 6-3 on the putout, 2 down. And Josh Baptiste will bat the 9-hitter, hitting with nobody on.
Next batter, number 3,
Baptiste is 1 for 2 in the game, a RBI single back in the second. The second inning, the big inning for Medford, scoring 3 runs. First pitch swinging, he pops this one up. Long run for Bourgeois in left field. He will not get there in time. He goes crashing in to the rolled up tarp out there in left field. Seems to be okay as he jogs back to his position. The 0-1. Ground ball left side. Picked up by Cody. Johnson's throw to first. Right on target. It's a 1-2-3 inning again for Jay Stoffel. The defense helping back him up. And the Doc Stewarts continue to be in a tie ball game against Medford. 4-4 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. This is Doc Stewarts Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Jet Black, Cody Johnson, Jacob Luther due up here as we start the bottom of the 6th in a tie ball game, 4-4. One of these two teams will be claiming victory in the late stages of this contest. Medford took the early 3-0 lead. Doc's got one back in the bottom of the 2nd. Medford added a run in the 3rd to lead 4-1, but the Docs tying it up with 2 in the 3rd and 1 in the 4th to get tied at 4-all. First pitch misses low from Skylar Goddard to Jet Black. The 1-0 pitch, a breaking ball inside, a 2-0 count. Goddard still out there working for Medford. We saw Steven Ledendecker pitching earlier on. Throwing earlier on in the bullpen. Not seen him throwing lately. The 2-0, that ball to center field. Not hard hit, charging in Darren Marsh. He'll get there in time to retire Jet. Jet now 1 for 3 in the ballgame. 1 down. Docs have flown out for their final 4 outs. Got to get the ball out of the air. I'd love to see him get on top of it, drive it a little bit more here. 1 away, Cody Johnson batting. He had a double down the left field line in the 4th inning. 1 of 4 extra base hits for the Docs in the ballgame. He takes for strike 1. Docs Baseball tonight brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi today. Foul back for Johnson. Gives him an 0-2 count. Goddard trying to get through the 6th inning. See if he can keep this game tied. Ground ball up the middle. That gets through for Cody. Back up the middle, second base side of the bag. Cody Johnson gets on with his second hit of the ball game. For the Docs, that's their 11th on the night. Getting some offense going here this evening. They've left a couple of runs out there, but they've been doing a nice job racking up the hits. Cody Johnson come into tonight, hitting .295, upping his average now with a 2-for-3 night going. Jacob Luther will bat. He had a sac bunt in the fourth to move Cody Johnson to third. With one out here, he's going to try to hit. It's a line drive to second, snagged out of the air by Baptiste. Docs have been a bit unlucky in this ball game, trying to create some of their own luck, but they have put the ball in play and gotten a couple of base hits robbed out of the air by the Medford defense. And that is the second line drive snagged by Josh Baptiste to second base. It's the second out is now Drake Bourgeois. Ground ball gets through on the left side that's Cade Meisner. Jumped ahead of batter. Meisner going to get a base hit, his first of the game. He already has an RBI on a sac fly. He grounds one left side. It gets through. Meisner on at first. Cody Johnson up to second. Johnson with some decent wheels at second base, representing the go-ahead run for the Doc Stewarts. Drake Bourgeois, a quick meeting with with Coach Jeremiah Robbins. Now heads back to the plate, where Drake Bourgeois is currently 2 for 2 in the game. First pitch, Bourgeois takes low for a 1-0 count. No action prompted by the 2-out single by Cade Meisner there. Runners at first and second with 2 down. Medford set to go with Skylar Godern here. Breaking ball on the inside corner for a 1-1 count against Bourgeois. Drake steps in at the plate with 12 RBI on the year. His 13th could be big if he can get it. He hits a line drive out towards left field on the run. Buchanan, his catch will be made as he gets towards the alley. That ball, well struck, just hangs up a little too long. Final out made as the Docs threaten cannot come through. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. We're through 6 innings of play. It's a tie ball game 4-4 as we go to the top of the 7th on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Marsh.
Darren Marsh leads things off for the Medford Mustangs against Jay Stoffel as we start the top of the 7th inning. A 1-0 count as he'll take outside. The count goes to 2-0. Darren Marsh at the plate. The leadoff man is 2 for 3, 2 singles. He struck out his last time up. His 2-0 pitch fouled off. 2 balls and a strike. Doc Stewart's baseball this season has been brought to you by South River Community Health Center. A 3-1 count now for Marsh as the pitch misses low and outside from Stoffel. The 3-1. High for ball 4. The go-ahead runner gets on base. That breaks a streak of 6 straight batters retired by Stoffel.
Next batter, number 10, Bennett Thompson.
So 1 on with nobody out as Bennett Thompson will dig in. Heart of the order coming up here for Medford. Thompson is 2 for 3 with an RBI single back in the second. Squares to bunt. Takes inside for a 1-0 count. Nobody been throwing for the Docs today. They look to ride Stoffel here. Is now a visit out of the dugout from Coach Robbins. Is he going to draw in the entire infield? Talk about what they want to do defensively here with Thompson on to bat, Darren Marsh at first, and nobody out. Let's go ahead and pause quickly here for 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. Tie ball game 4-4 here in the top of the 7th inning. Medford has the go-ahead runner on base with nobody out so far against Jay Stoffel. Quick check of our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. From Eugene, Willamette Valley leading 7-0 against the Challengers. Willamette Valley needs to win them both against Eugene to take the Area 4 championship. So that's a good start for them so far. Pitch low and outside, goes to a 2-0 count for Bennett Thompson. Thompson was showing a bunt again. Stoffel coming set. Squaring to bunt, pitches low, and the count goes to 3-0. Marsh at first. Has been left stranded at second and third so far today. He's at first with nobody out in the 7th. An offer on a 3-0 pitch to try and lay down a sac bunt, and a miss by Bennett Thompson. Gives him a 3-1 count. That breaking ball was kind of high, too. That might have been ball 4. 3-1 pitch for Stoffel. Squaring to bunt again. Thompson offers again and misses, and he suddenly got himself a full count. Stoffel trying to get the first out here with Thompson. Tie ball game 4-4 in the 7th. Final inning unless we go to extras. The 3-2 and a step off. Throw to second. They're going to get Darren Marsh. Marsh took off early from first. Stoffel stepped off. He turned to second. Got it there just in time, and that clears the bases, 1 away. At the plate, it's a 3-2 count for Bennett Thompson. Stoffel looking for a big strikeout here. The 3-2. Got him swinging. That's another big Moore well drilling strikeout. Don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust Moore well drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. That is just the 5th strikeout of the game for Jay Stoffel, but it's a big one, especially after the pickoff, or the caught stealing for Darren Marsh. Now 2 downs with nobody on, and the first pitch, strike 1 against Ryan Sandoval. Swing and a miss for Sandoval, chasing in the dirt for strike 2. Docs will have top of their order coming up in the bottom of the 7th to try and walk off with a win against Medford. An 0-2 pitch for Stoffel. Got him looking, punched him out. That'll finish it off. A backwards K for Jay Stoffel, his 6th of the night through 7 innings. He's got his team in this one. Docs tied 4-4 with Medford, looking to try and walk off with a win in the bottom of the 7th when we come back on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
It'll be the top of the order, number 5, Caden Johnson.
Top of the order, Caden Johnson to lead things off for the Doc Stewarts. He's 2 for 3 in the ball game against Skylar Goddard, still out there throwing for Medford. And he misses high and inside for ball 1 against Johnson. Neither team has anybody in the bullpen throwing right now. We did again see Steven Ledendecker throwing for Medford in their bullpen. It's a ball hit towards left field. Game-winning run on base for the Docs. Johnson, his 3rd hit in the leadoff position, gets on. Singles to left field. 1 on with nobody out. Spencer Six, who has had a tough day at the plate thanks to the defense from Medford. He'll try to get his first hit of the game. First pitch, he squares to bunt, lays it down third base side. It'll be taken by the third baseman. His throw to first just in time. Spencer almost beating it out, but a sac bunt to Jeremiah Huffman. He came in, makes the throw to first to get the out. 1 down. Up to second base goes Johnson, the go-ahead run, the winning run for the Doc Stewarts in scoring position. Doran Gillespie is going to be intentionally walked. They don't want to face him, but that means they got to face Jonathan Stone. Gillespie 1 for 3 with an RBI triple. But Jonathan Stone behind him, he is 2 for 3 with a double and a single. But this does give them more force-out options on the infield. So Gillespie at first, Johnson at second, Stone at the plate with only 1 out, and the Doc Stewarts trying to walk off with a win against Medford, and that'll prompt the visit out to the mound. Neither team has made a pitching change, but if a pitching change is made, they're always brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulena or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Jack's barbecue rib night here at Legion Field tonight. Wish I had more time to devote to sitting and eating them. They're so delicious, it's hard to tear myself away when the game gets back up and going. They've been good, but I've got a few empty bones sitting on my plate here. Potato salad and watermelon to go with it, $10. There's still game 2 coming up. If you're just getting out of work looking for dinner, come on over to Legion Field, catch some great baseball. This has been an amazing game to start out our doubleheader. Come on over and keep your fingers crossed that they have more ribs left down in the Lions Den, because these things do not last long. After the visit, Jonathan Stone at the plate. First pitch coming with runners at first and second, 1 down, and the game tied in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Stone is a strike on the inside corner. Skylar Goddard has given up 13 hits in the ball game, but just the 4 runs so far. He's gotten some good breaks. As a ball high in the air down the left field line is going to go foul and just out of the reach of Brady Buchanan in left field. He chased that one down but couldn't get there in time. 0-2 count for Jonathan Stone. First game back after a couple of games off with an elbow injury. Stone missing 5 games with that injury. He takes in the dirt. That ball gets away. Up to third base goes Caden Johnson, and he's in without a throw. Gillespie hangs it first, doesn't try to force the issue. A 1-2 count for Jonathan Stone after the wild pitch. The go-ahead run, the winning run, is at third. For Stone, just try and get it out of the infield. Jonathan trying to get to 30 RBI on the season. He's got 1 RBI so far tonight. The 1-2 pitch from Goddard. Made contact, pops it straight up behind home. Calling for it is Thompson. The catcher makes the play and turns back to the infield. A big second out for Medford. So 2 down.
Next batter, number 18, Jet
with
Black.
a game-winning run at third. And they're going to intentionally walk Jet Black to load the bases.
Jet Black will be intentionally walked. The batter will be Cody Johnson.
So Cody Johnson will come up to bat. And for Medford, that's not too terrible of a play there. Jet, the third most RBIs on the team, heads down to first. The base is loaded. They just need one out. Cody Johnson at the plate is 2 for 3. First pitch inside for ball 1. A walk is as good as a hit in this situation. Skylar Goddard's 1-0 pitch is in for a strike. Doc's trying to win in dramatic fashion in game 1 of this doubleheader. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Johnson, the eldest member of this Doc's team. Cody will dig back in, looking to play a hero here. A 1-2 pitch from Skylar Goddard. Ground ball left side, taken by Huffman. We're headed to extras. Doc's had the chance to try and win it in the 7th, and they cannot come through. We go to extra innings, top of the 8th, when we return on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Starting off the top of the 8th inning for Medford. The number 6, Bennett Smith.
Top of the 8th inning, extras for us here. Jay Stoffel will continue to throw for Docs. Dr. Stewart's tied against Medford. The Mustangs 4-4. First pitch, strike 1 from Stoffel against Bennett Smith. Smith, the left-handed first baseman, poking a foul ball towards the on-deck circle for the Doc Stewarts down the third base side. An 0-2 count for Stoffel. High and away. Misses on the 0-2 pitch. So here in extra innings, Docs had a golden opportunity to try and win in the bottom of the 7th and could not do so. A 1-2 count from Stoffel. Another ball fouled away. Stays at a 1-2 count. For the first time tonight, Dr. Stewart's have somebody up and throwing. It's Peyton Hope up in the bullpen. I was expecting him to be the Game 2 starter. Ball popped up in the air. This on the infield. Calling for it will be Caden Johnson. He calls off Cody to make the catch for round number 1. Dylan Marsh will bat. He is 1 for 3 on the night. A double back in the 2nd, the big inning for Medford. But they have not scored since the 3rd. Docs haven't scored since the 4th. 1 away, nobody on base. And stepping out before the first pitch, Marsh will wipe his hands off on his trousers. Fouls back the first pitch for strike 1. Dylan Marsh, he's the elder statesman on this Medford team. His third year there, coming back from his first year post-high school. He'll ground one to Cody Johnson, the eldest member of the Docks team. We talked about that earlier. 5-3 on the putout on the ground out for Dylan Marsh. 2 away, and Zach Ankeny, the shortstop, will bat 2 for 3 in the ball game.
Next batter, number 1, Zach Ankeny.
Last time at the plate, Ankeny grounded out to shortstop to finish the 5th inning. The first pitch of the at-bat misses in the dirt for Stoffel, a 1-0 count. Dylan Marsh, according to an article I read from the Medford Mail Tribune, they did a nice feature piece on him. Sounds like he was here in Roseburg working with the UCC Riverhawks during this last school year. They, of course, have not. They'll have baseball back this next year, but they have one more year to wait as they were putting their team together. A 1-2-3 inning for Jay Stoffel as he gets Zach Ankeny to fly out to right field. That will finish things off for Medford in the top of the 8th inning. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Docks once again will try to walk it off with a victory. Tied 4-4 against Medford on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Jacob Luther leads things off for the Dock Stewarts as we begin the bottom of the 8th. First pitch swinging, a line drive shot to right center. Drops in for a base hit. So Luther will get things started. Doc's got a leadoff single in the 7th inning, got the game-winning run on base, got him all the way to third and could not cash in. Can we get a different result here in the bottom of the 8th inning? Skylar Goddard still out there working for Medford. And the Dock Stewarts are going to go to a pinch hit appearance here for Luke Van Norman. He'll come out of the dugout for Cade Meisner. Van Norman is a good bunter. Also has been swinging a good stick at the plate this season. Luke Van Norman batting .291 for the Dock Stewarts and off and on duty. Van Norman has 55 at-bats. That's more than the, let's see, for Meisner. He's added 2 at-bats, so the 13 at-bats that Cade Meisner had. Luther's had a few more. We'll see if they ask him just to move the runner over or if they have him swing away. He does show a bunt late. He lays down a butte. It goes to the third baseman, throws to first, low, but it's snagged by Smith at first. Up to second base goes Luther, the sacrifice bunt for Luke Van Norman. Executed exactly how they wanted it to.
Next batter, number 3, Drake. So
Luther in scoring position with 1 away, and Drake Borswell will bat. This is how the 7th inning worked out for the Dock Stewarts. And they weren't able to cash in. Out to the mound, they're going to call everybody in on the infield. Is out to the mound, I believe that is head coach Nate Mabin out there to have a conversation with his team. So Van Norman lays down the sac bunt. One down, Luther at second. Drake Bourgeois is 2 for 3 in this game. Last time up, almost drove in the go-ahead run in the 6th, but his line drive to left center just hung up a little too long for Brady Buchanan to run underneath. No pitching change here. Again, any pitching change is brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction. Take a look at that Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update again real quick. From Klamath Falls, from Grants Pass, Klamath Falls leading 6-2 in the top of the 4th against Grants Pass. And have not gotten another update on the Eugene and Willamette Valley game. First pitch to Bourgeois, low and inside with the breaking ball, misses for a 1-0 count. Action up again in the bullpen. Stephen Ledendecker for Medford. Peyton Hope just has still throwing out there. He may be getting ready for game 2. Cody Johnson returning from the bullpen for the Docs. Strike on the inside corner to Bourgeois gives him a 1-1 count. Great night out here at the ballpark this evening. Been very comfortable. Got into the high 80s today. It was a 1-1 to Bourgeois. Got fisted. That ball softly hit towards short. And the line out is going to be the second out of the inning for the Docs. Still a man in scoring position for Caden Johnson, who's 3 for 4 in the contest. That ball hit a little harder. Might have a chance to get over Zach Ankeny at short. But was in on the hands and didn't get enough of it. They're going to intentionally walk Caden Johnson. And I get it. Spencer Six has had a tough day at the plate, but he has hit the ball hard most of the night. He bats with runners at first and second, 2 down. First pitch. Hits it towards first. It gets into right field. They're going to wave around Luther. He's headed to the plate. The throw. Offline. Docs win. In the bottom of the 8th, the walk-off single for Spencer Six. Redemption time. From right field, Dylan Marsh, his throw to the plate was way offline, and scoring easily from second was Jacob Luther as the Docs will win in the bottom of the 8th. 5-4 your final score as we head to the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. To wrap up game 1 of tonight's doubleheader, Docs stretch their winning streak to a season-high 5 games, and we'll see if they can keep it going as they defeat Medford in game 1 of the doubleheader on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Well, I hope you enjoyed Game 1 of tonight's doubleheader. The Doc Stewarts pull off a win 5-4 in extra innings against the Medford Mustangs. And for the Doc Stewarts, another win in this one will take the league series between Medford and Roseburg. With that win, the Docs have now won 3 out of the 5 games against Medford this year. So the season series overall, with a couple of non-league games, Doc Stewarts have had Medford's number this year, and it's been a long time since the Docs have been able to say that. But a 5-4 win on top of Medford, it was an exciting one. I know we may have a few fans down in Medford enjoying tonight's game online with us there, and while I know the result wasn't what you guys were hoping for, I think we can all agree that was a very entertaining baseball game that we got in Game 1. We'll have Game 2 coming up here in just a little bit. In between games, we get a chance to catch up with Austin Anderson. He'll be our interview guest in between games as we do our player interviews throughout the season, so stay tuned for that coming up here in just a little bit. For those watching online, we'll bring you the interview with Austin at the start of Game 2's broadcast after we end Game 1's broadcast here online. But welcome, everybody, to the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Game 1 of this doubleheader goes to the Docs, 5-4 your final score. 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors for Medford. 5 runs on 15 hits and 1 error for Roseburg. Getting the win will be Jay Stoffel as both pitchers go the distance in this game. Quite a pitching duel. After both pitchers give up a little bit early on, it was a battle the rest of the way, and the pitchers did a lot of the work for either team. But as we look at it, Jay Stoffel gets the win in the ball game. Stoffel goes 8 innings work, gave up 8 hits, 4 runs, only 3 earned, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Taking the loss will be Skylar Godern, who will go to 4-3 on the year. He pitched 7 2/3, gave up 15 hits, 5 runs, all 5 earned, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. Medford took the early lead with 3 runs in the top of the second off of Stoffel. 3 runs on 5 hits in that inning. Things didn't quite go the Docs' way. Wild pitch in there helping force things around for Medford. Docs got 1 run back in the bottom of the second inning on a RBI double by Jet Black. That was all they'd get, though. Medford added an unearned run in the top of the 3rd inning on a single by Zach Ankeny, scoring Bennett Smith, who reached on an error. So it was 4-1 at that point, but the Docs would get 2 runs in the back in the bottom of the 3rd on an RBI triple by Doran Gillespie and an RBI single by Jonathan Stone. It was a 1-run game. Docs tied it in the bottom of the 4th inning on a sacrifice fly by Cade Meisner, and it was 4-4 through the rest of the game. We get to the end of the 7th inning. We head to extras. Docs in the bottom of the 7th, though, had the bases loaded with one out and could not bring home the game-winning run. So we go to the bottom of the 8th, where the Doc Stewarts get runners at first and second with 2 down, and it's Spencer Six, who had had a tough day at the plate, had hit into a double play his first 2 at-bats, flew out to left field on a well-struck ball, and then had a sacrifice bunt. His final at-bat of the game, an RBI single to right field, scoring Jacob Luther to win the ball game in walk-off fashion. Docs will try to build off of that momentum as Game 2 is looming. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll look at more of the numbers. We'll name our Joe's Towing Player of the Game, and we'll take a look at our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update to get you updated on anything going on around Area 4 and the rest of the state that we have for you. We'll be back after a quick 2-minute break after this on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
What is it? Thank you. Well, game one was exciting. We hope for more of the same in game two. That's all we can ask for at the ballpark tonight is just give us something to cheer for. Boy, a very exciting ball game in the opener. Docs win it 5-4 in extra innings. Let's look at some of the numbers here tonight. Mentioned Jay Stoffel getting the win, 8 innings work, gave up 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Skylar Godern took the loss, 7 2/3 innings, gave up 15 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. Both pitchers going the distance in this one, and so the bullpen not used, which means no call to the pen, brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction. Your local leaders for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulena or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Taking a look at the offensive numbers, a lot of hits to go around. For Medford, 2 for 3 for Darren Marsh at the top of the lineup. Bennett Thompson was 2 for 4 with an RBI. 1 for 4 for Dylan Marsh with a run scored. 2 for 4 for Zach Ankeny with an RBI and a run scored. And 1 for 3 for Josh Baptiste in the 9 spot with an RBI and a run scored. On the other side for the Dr. Stewarts, 3 for 4 for Caden Johnson at the top with a run scored. Spencer Six was 1 for 4 with an RBI. That was the game winner. Doran Gillespie, 1 for 3. He had a triple in the ball game, had an RBI and scored a run. 2 for 4 for Jonathan Stone with a run scored and an RBI. He had a double. 1 for 3 for Jet Black. He had a double. And Jet had an RBI in there as well. Cody Johnson, 2 for 4 in the ball game with a run scored. 2 for 3 for Jacob Luther, a run scored. 1 for 2 for Cade Meisner with an RBI. And 2 for 4 for Drake Bourgeois. As every player that got into the game for the Docs got a hit, or Luke Van Norman got in for a pinch hit appearance, laid down a sacrifice bunt. So that is a look at how things went for the Doc Stewarts here in game one of the doubleheader. It's time now to name our Joe's Towing player of the game. Coming through in the clutch for you, that's Joe's Towing. Give them a call. They're your local towing professionals. So your player of the game, boy, you know, it would be fun to give it to Spencer Six with that big RBI to win the game, but you got to give it to Jay Stoffel. Battling back after giving up a 4-1 lead early on. After the third inning, he shuts out Medford, and after the fourth, he didn't allow a hit. Gives up 8 hits through the first 4 innings and then doesn't allow a hit the rest of the game, getting stronger as things move on. 8 innings work, gave up 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Jay Stoffel is your Joe's Towing player of the game. Congratulations there. Let's take a look at our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update and take a look at what's going on in Area 4. In Area 4, you've got Klamath Falls at Grants Pass tonight. And so last we heard it was the top of the 5th inning, and it's 6-4 K Falls on top of Grants Pass in that one. So Klamath Falls leading 6-4. That helps out the Doc Stewarts, helps get them closer to clinching a playoff berth. And also last we heard, Willamette Valley was on top of on top of Eugene. Willamette Valley was winning in that one 8-0 in the bottom of the 5th. So that is a look at what's going on in Area 4. Also trying to keep an eye on Area 2 and Area 3. Championships are being crowned tonight in every area around Legion Baseball. Area 2, you've got the Post 6 Barbers taking on Beaverton Post 124. Docs have seen both of those teams. They're playing for the Area 2 championship tonight. The Beaverton Post 124 team needs to win to get the Area 2 championship. For Area 3, it was the Dirtbags and Salem Whitnell Dodgers playing, and the Dirtbags win both games of a doubleheader to take the Area 2 championship. Make that the Area 3 championship. Salem will take second. Corvallis finishes third, and that means that the Doc Stewarts, if they stayed in 4th place, they would face Corvallis. If they do move ahead of Medford in the standings and finish third, the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts would face the loser of that Post 6 Barbers and Beaverton Post 124 matchup. So that's just a look at the Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update, building relationships, building projects, building materials. Garrettson Building Supply supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. We'll go ahead and wrap up Game 1. When we come back, we get a word in with Austin Anderson as we make our way through our player interviews here this season. Anderson, one of our final few interviews, so we'll talk with Austin coming up here in just a minute. For those that are watching online, if you're watching at 541radio.com, just refresh the browser here in a few minutes, and you should have Game 2 coming up for you there. If you're watching on YouTube, just go back to our YouTube channel and find the live broadcast getting started for Game 2 coming up. That'll do it for Game 1. Back with our player interview with Austin Anderson after this, as the Docs win 5-4 over Medford in Game 1 of the doubleheader on CBS Sports Radio 1490, The Score. Copy that.